What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Day Trade with Zay. I'm Isaac, and today is Monday, January 24th, 2022, and it was a great day. We were able to go ahead and catch some scalps today. Unfortunately, I did hop off of the live stream. I just didn't want to enter any trades without, my confirmations. But after I hopped off, I realized, man, I just called the trade out. And, I hopped into the trade, whatever. You could actually see the results of that trade on my Instagram at Day Trade with Zay. Make sure to go ahead and follow that. You'll see a lot of my entries and everything we're talking about on the live stream there. But going back to it, this is basically what I seen when I got on the charts this morning. This was a weekly support level, and you could see, let's just go to the 2-hour time frame. We could see that basically price had respected this level more than a few times, right? Little respect here, and then finally, and this is all the way back to June, right? So June of 2021, so about 6 months ago, right? This level has been respected and came back down in October, respected again. So this was a big, area with this correction that we're seeing right here. It's a huge fall off, right? But this was a big area of support, even on, the US 30, the S&P 500. These weekly support levels were something that people were going to look for. But now that it's been broken, we know that, really we are seeing a correction to the downside right now. But going into that, I knew that, and I took a look at the trades, and I seen that we were basically here, right? So I went to the 15-minute chart. I always like to start at the 15-minute as a scalper. Went to the 15-minute chart, and I drew out my IOC from this high here, right inside, right, all the way down to the low. The most recent low that it created. I seen this perfect golden zone IOC right here is the 15-minute, the 5-minute, the 3-minute, and the 1. So those are 4 confirmations for us to enter that trade right there. And I did see on the 5-minute time frame that we actually had this IOC set, but I didn't like it, right? It just seemed like it was too low for me, and I knew there was a possibility it can touch it just because of, basically right here, I knew it could get touched because of the 50 EMA that's coming down pretty strong, right? Seen some consolidation, seen the 20 EMA crossover, and now we're basically in a downward trend, right? We're continuing the downward trend. So let's actually just go ahead and show you exactly what I seen. Slow this down a little bit. Let's go to the 1-minute chart. As price was approaching 6:30 a.m., let's see where it has it, 6:24. So as price was approaching 6:30 a.m., I was, waiting for price to push up to the upside right here. As you could see, price started making its way. Started respecting this area. And this is something I noticed as well. All right. I noticed, first of all, the 50 EMA is starting to, you could see the 20 trying to cross over, right? This is the 1-minute chart. But I noticed support, I noticed resistance, support, resistance, support, and then you could see it's basically a nice supply and demand area right here, right? So I like drawing these out all the time. And I seen that, price was pushing up. I thought it was going to make its way up, but instead, price respected this 5-minute IOC right here. Now I was trying to wonder, why did it respect it so well? Because you could see this is a nice rejection, right? We have a double tweezer top, a fully engulfed bearish candle to the downside. I'm like, man, that was really strong, right? So one thing that I did was I moved the IOC down here, or the Fibonacci down here, and I said, let me see if I do it from here, right? And shout out to the French trader on Instagram. Me and my boy copped his book. And he said the 50%. That's where he usually likes to take it. He likes to take it around the 50%. He doesn't use IOCs, but he likes taking retracements at about 50% when you're in these downward trends. So I seen that the 50% had been respected, right? We seen this nice double tweezer top, right off of the IOC. We also seen a bearish candle to the downside, strong push, more confirmations, right, that price is going to continue down to the downside. And most likely this was the entry right here. Well, when I miss the entry here, I like to go ahead and wait for my trend continuation entries, which this is where the resistance to support and the 50 EMA come into play. So let's go back to the 1-minute chart. We've seen the break here, right? Seen it break below, and that's what I want to see. So just as I'd like to see it on the upside, I want to see it break above and respect the 50 EMA and then continue up to the upside. If we're in a downward trend, I'd like to see it break past it, right? Kind of like what it did here, break past it, come up, respect it, and then you'd sell off. But, I wanted to wait for 6:30 open to do my move. So now that we've seen it break through the 50 EMA, break through the resistance to support level, now I want to see it come back up and retest this area, right? I want to see what it does once it gets back up here. So I think I was just about ending the live stream pretty soon. And, I seen the respect there and I'm like, damn, that was a nice little rejection off at that level. So I missed entry right there, but then I seen it pushing up again. So when I seen it pushing up again, I was really looking to put in the sell at that level, right? I was really looking to put in the sell at this level. So I seen it break through a little bit more, but there was a huge wick right here, right? I thought, it's going to push up, and then it broke down to the downside. And you can see that wick right there, this candle right here. Let's go to move it out. This candle right here, a huge rejection. It actually touched this ILC right here a little bit, right? It got inside of the wick, almost touched the body, or it did touch the body and rejected it. After that is when I entered my first top sell position, which you could go ahead and see on the Instagram live. I entered it. It was a small one just because I wasn't sure. I knew this thing had to bottom out at some point and make a push to the upside. And I did think after a big week of red that we were going to continue, or we were going to see at least a little bit of a retracement to the upside. That was my feeling for the day. But I entered the trade just knowing that we had all of these confirmations here, right? The double tweezer top, rejection off the 50% ILC, breakthrough to the downside. Now using this as a resistance level, I hopped into the trade. So after I hopped into the trade, I was able to go ahead and take this thing down, and it was actually a very quick trade. You could see 5 minutes right here, came back up, retested it. I had my stop loss just below, just above here. So I knew if it pushed up to the upside right here, it was probably going to push up to the upside if it broke this wick. So that's why I kept it just above there, and I entered the trade, and here we are. You could see price, what it did first of all is it came down, came back up, and respected this area again. You could see it tapped exactly where I wanted to tap, rejected off of it. Retrace, respected, rejected this area again, which is more confirmation for me to stay in the trade. And I didn't want to get greedy, and I was already, unfortunately, I was already on the screenshot for the Instagram video. And I have a daily goal for the day, being $300. My monetary goal for the day being $300, and I was up $500 for the day. I think I finished with like 540 or something like that. So I was able to go ahead and profit that and close it for the day. And unfortunately, I missed out on a lot more pips, but you never catch the entire move. The only goal is to go ahead and come out of that move profitable. So let's go ahead and play the rest right here. Dun, dun. Price came down. Right there, there's a strong area right here. Not necessarily strong, but there is basically the 27% level right here. I seen that price. I try not to be greedy because I've seen it come back up and just you break even. So once I seen that price had given a nice little rejection right here, you could actually see on the 5 minute. Well, no, not on the 5 minute. That's actually on the rebound. But it pushed back up a little bit, and after it came back down, I was able to go ahead and secure some more profits. Just didn't want to be greedy. I seen that it went up again, and this is where I took my profits, is right here, I believe. Took the profits at that area. Right here. Took profits. It just seemed like there was a possibility it could push up, so I pulled all 3 positions. I had added another one about 20 pips down and another one about 20 pips down from there. But every position caught 100 pips. It was like 100 pips on the top. On the bottom one, 126 on the middle one, and then 152 on this top position up here. So I was able to close the trade, but price did continue on to the downside, which you could go ahead and see here. I actually drew out this level here, just seeing where price stopped. So I didn't have this in here before. But yeah, price just pushed back up, respected the resistance to support level again. Would have gave you another entry, and yeah, you could go ahead and see what happened here. It then pushed down to the downside, and you would have caught some more pips, right? Played a little bit though. I wasn't really paying attention to it too much after I had profited for the day. I like to just step away once I'm done, so it keeps me from over trading. You know what I mean? Because I'll be tempted to enter more positions. But yeah. So you could see it basically continued on to the downside. Was able to make its push down. Right. Showed a little respect at the beginning. Broke through a little bit, and then it finally made its way up to the upside right here. Creating these higher highs and higher lows. Came up, and yeah, this was the original position I was looking to take. Um, and you could see it respected this area again. A little bit more. Okay. Came up to this area. I like this ILC from the top level. And I think this is where it rejected down to. Look at that. Huge respect shown right here, right? 3 taps. And then it took a while, but it's making its way down. We're at 519. Down 200 pips already. Can actually see this. Man, yeah, people thought, that was it. The market was gonna push up, but I knew it was just a retracement. I think what it's really waiting for is, the news coming out on Wednesday and Thursday. We have Jerome Powell speaking, FOMC, these meetings that are coming up. I think, a lot's going to be said about the landscape of the economy and the dollar, interest rates, all of that good stuff. We have earnings coming out, for the next few months. So I think we could stay in a bear market for a little bit longer, or at least a correction market for a couple more months. But yeah, you could see these levels are pretty on point. I'm not gonna lie. Got a little respect shown here. Definitely some respect shown again right here. And then it came down to the downside. Either way, it was a great trading day. We were able to go ahead and profit, make money. And that's the most important thing, is making money. You might not catch the entire trade all the way down. I missed out on an additional, if I would have just kept all my positions in here, an additional, that could have been, 4 times what I made, 4.5 times what I made. So you figure, about 2,200, 2,300 that I could have profited today. But that doesn't matter. As long as you're profitable for the day, I like to look at these pips, and that's 152 pips, which ain't nothing to sneeze at. My biggest thing is, I want to get better at holding these trades a little bit longer, profiting on them and closing them out where they need. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys could come in tomorrow. I'll be on the YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to the page, like, comment. Go ahead, come and join us. We'll be streaming at 6:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the New York session, and I hope to see you there. So win, learn, or draw, we're in there. If you could go ahead and follow the Instagram page at Day Trade with Zay, that'd be great. And yeah, let's get to it. I hope you guys have a great week, man. Thank you.